Guys, here's how to start a conversation with a woman online. You had me at hello. I love this line, but I can't take credit for it. However, it works and women love it. I can't take credit for this one either, but it's a great way to open up a conversation. Do you know who you remind me of? Someone I want to meet. Again, pick something from her profile that made you laugh or compliment her on her sense of humor or something. It's important that you both feel at ease for the conversation to continue, and being able to laugh is a great icebreaker. Keep the conversation light, but be aware that you are interested in getting as much information from her as you can without intruding, such as, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, all right? I just want to get to know you. What is your favorite kind of flower and why? When was the last time you actually got flowers? What's your favorite thing to eat when you want to treat yourself to something fun and something bad for you, What's one thing on your bucket list that you would like to do in the next year or so? Maybe something you could do with someone, like a potential significant other, not just like alone. What are 3 things you want to do locally that you've not been able to do, you've been wanting to do, but you've been waiting maybe to go with someone to do with, or have someone take you, someone like me? What would 3 things be? But be creative and pull things out of her profile and create questions out of that. In the online world, your written profile and photo galleries now communicate the messages your voice and body language are unable to show. So choose your words carefully. Be unique and interesting with your approach and every aspect about you. What's more, read over other guys' profiles and pick something from each of them and build your own. Something else too, don't let your bio be too short or too boring or cliche or predictable in how you go about describing yourself, but really put some time into it. Discuss some of the majors so that the women don't really have to ask the questions. They got their answers, but your bio is so inviting. It's an interview of you that actually the women can say, wow, I read your bio and I'd like to talk to you. You seem really interesting. Oh, great. What about my bio interested you? What piqued your interest? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah. Oh, I'd be happy to elaborate. Yeah, well, it all started back when, blah, blah, blah. So your bio is going to start the conversation off on the first foot. So make sure your bio is really juicy and detailed. Hey, this is how I like to handle this, or here's how I go about this. If you date me, we're going to be doing this. This is what I like to do. And just come out with it. Make your bio the story that women stop and read, because all the others are boring. Yeah, I like to XYZ. Okay, I hope you contact me. No. Women are very intellectual, and they want to know what's going on inside you so that they can discover sooner than later if you're safe, if you're fun, if you're smart, if you're careful. What kind of person are you? See if you can get that to come out of your bio and talk for you. Because when a woman does contact you, one of the first questions you can say is, hey, I read your bio and I thought it was pretty cool. Did you read mine? And what did you like about it? What jumped out? That's how the conversation starts. And if you wrote a lot in your bio, they've got a lot to talk about. Here's a quick story where I experimented with a short, nice, kind of generic, predictable bio, short, 3 to 5 sentences, where when I did that, I was getting and this was on an online dating website, I was getting 3 to 5 inquiries a day, something like that. When I changed the bio and I was more detailed, I was more explanatory of my life, my interests, my career, my hobbies, my treatment of her, how I would treat her, what we would do, how we would handle, arguments, and how I would romanticize her, and what I want and what I do, and how I worked at home, and I did this and I did that, and everything was already done. It was already taken care of. I just wanted somebody that I could spend some time with, get to know, and get into a relationship. Not overnight stuff, no hookups, nothing like that. Well, that bio turned into like a 5 to 10 to 15, maybe 20 or 30 paragraphs. And I just went for it. There was like a 5,000 character limit or a 5,000 word. I don't know what it was, but it was huge. I took advantage of it. So I went from the 1 paragraph to the 20 paragraph bio. Hey, what do I care if a woman is looking at the bio, taking her time, reading it, understanding who this guy is better and more and deeper than any other bio she's read that was 1 to 3 sentences. But she's doing her own reconnaissance, her own research, her own due diligence on her side, so that when she comes to me, hey, we got a lot to talk about. Well, those 3 to 5 inquiries I got per day jumped to 20 to 100 inquiries per day of women wanting to get to know who I was I available? They actually sent me deeper, more thoughtful, meaningful letters, messages. It wasn't just, hi, hey, how are you? What are you doing? No, it was like, oh my God, I read your bio. You're exactly the kind of man I want. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not kidding you. Now, everybody's different. Websites are different. Apps are different. The people on them are different. Does one thing work everywhere? No, I don't know. I don't think it does. But it might. You don't know. You've got nothing to lose by selling yourself with more detail. That's what I'm getting at. And when you want to strike up a conversation with a woman, you don't have to say much at all. You just say, hi, how are you? I read your profile. I'd like to get to know you. Check mine out when you get a chance. And when they do, they look at your profile and they go, oh my God, it's like a small book. I'm going to read this. This looks pretty interesting. And, if you need help with writing your description, your bio, it's okay. There are so many people on like Fiverr.com that'll probably help you for like $5, $10, $20. It's worth it. Write out the bullets of your life. What you do, what you like, what you don't like, maybe some past experiences. Hey, I don't want to go through that again, but this is what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to treat you better like this, blah, blah, blah. And then you have those bullets. You give all that data to the writer, the ghostwriter over on Fiverr. They take a look at that and they say, this is great. You did a good job. You bulletized, you made in a list format the qualities about you, your hobbies, your interests, your career, your job, your education, your this, your that. And I can, as the ghostwriter is talking to you, I can totally see what you're doing. And I'm going to go ahead and write something. Give me a couple of days. I'm going to write something up. Your bio is going to be so kick booty. It's going to be awesome. And then a few days later, they come back. Here you go. Here's your bio. And you're like, oh my God, this is so good. Now, guess what? Guess what, bro? You can use that bio everywhere on different dating sites, different dating apps. Yeah, you can use it everywhere. And if a woman just wants to contact you out of the blue, says, hey, I'd like to get to know you, send her the bio. It helps to start a conversation. It's awesome. All right, hey, hope it helps, guys. And just a side tip for you ladies on this advice, use it yourself. Elaborate in your bios too. Get creative. If you're looking for a husband, why don't you talk about the potential wife-like qualities you want to exhibit? There's a saying, any woman can have a man, but if you want a husband, you got to start thinking like a wife. So your bio, depending on what it is that you want, your bio should be listing those things out. So when prospective men look at that and they go, wow, she wants to be a wife, I want to get married. I want to be a husband. And she has the qualities I'm looking for. She stated it in this description, this bio. I'm really impressed. I can just imagine a lot of people getting snatched up real quick when these bios tend to be a little more explanatory of what's going on inside your head and your heart. Hey, to both the guys and the ladies, I hope this stuff helps. Good stuff.